Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, and this is Connie. And Moose and I are here over here in the crafting room, and we're working with the stamp of the month today. So I thought it would be fun to try out a few techniques. This is the only card I've made using it, and I fell in love. And I've seen some of the artwork that other consultants have been making, and I'm like, okay, let's see if we can recreate some of that and maybe come up with a few things of our own. But this was done just using a panel, and I inked up the top with some Glacier Bluebird and then the new color Royal, and then I cut it out with a decal edge and just stamped in black. Look how cool that looks. This little piece is from our little die cuts. There's the die cut shapes in black, and you can kind of see when I hold it up what kind of shapes you get, but you get these nice leaf shapes that you can use with flowers and butterflies, and I don't know, just a lot of options there, and it's kind of nice to have them on hand. For stuff like this. Pretty. Anyway, so I think I will start with this card. Okay, so I've kind of cut paper to go on to make a base of this card. Let me grab my adhesive. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. There is a lot of activity in our neighborhood today. There's a lot of people out, and so Moose has just been in high form barking at the windows. This paper is the Good Life. It is one of the main paper packs in the current catalog, and I've been using it for everything. I even have been messing around a little bit with the Christmas with it. Can you believe that? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not quite ready for Christmas stuff yet, but I have made a couple of things because I feel like if I don't do it, I may run out of time. And I know, I'm pretty sure that Close to My Heart is going to have a Halloween paper pack this year. They haven't announced it, but they always do, and it's kind of getting late, so I expect it within this week. I'm going to go ahead and just dovetail these ends and make like a little kind of a banner. Well, I guess I could cut that one better. Anyway, woo. So I love the colors of this paper pack. It has a lot of blues and browns, which makes it look a little more masculine. I love the Harbor Blue because the Harbor Blue is it's just really deep and rich looking. And then it goes really well with mist paper. And there's the dark side and there's the light side. And I'm using the light side today. So one of the things that I did is I put everything on blocks to start with. I have my ink colors out that I want to use. I can decide, how I want things to look. And I think I'm going to do this one in Harbor. I love this little film reel with the butterfly. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, why didn't they bring this out when they did Cosette? Because this is a perfect, for Cosette. I'm just going to cut off there. I'm just going to cut off the writing on the right side there so it shows up like that. Ooh, pretty. And then, I feel like it's pretty stark it needs a little something. Let me grab my chamois, kind of clean this off because I'll be using this several times. And I'll just wipe that off. Okay. So that's why I got out my mocha. I thought, well, maybe I can just edge it a little bit with a sponge or something, or just to soften the edges a little bit. I do like that. So I was, Steve's at the racetrack this weekend. I don't usually sleep as well when he is gone. And I woke up this morning to the dog barking. Like I said, lots of activity in our neighborhood today for some reason, and everybody started really early. So it started with package deliveries, street sweepers. I'm just like, my gosh, you'd think I lived in a city. Like, you know, it's crazy. All right, which side do I want to use? Oh, I kind of like the dark side. I think I will use the dark. The dark is actually the actual color of the paper. So mist, that is mist, and then the other side is just a lighter version of it. Boy, so that is really, really pretty. The other thing that I thought about doing on here is a ribbon. I saw a trick online where somebody took a hole punch right here at this, you know, where you want your ribbon, and just barely nipped out a hole. So, sorry I got this giant hole punch, but they just barely, you can kind of see I have it like halfway on there, and they just nipped out a partial hole out of there. So when you open your card, you have a little hole there, and then they used their ribbon threaded through to tie on there. And the only thing I have in reach, I think, is some hemp, which actually would probably look great. Hold on a minute. Yeah, actually, I think that would look really nice. Okay. So I have a little extra time today, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because I have, Steve's not home to bug me. The kid is asleep. She had a very rough shift last night. That's another thing that kept me up last night. She had a super hard shift, and it's not good when a suicide counselor has a hard shift. I'm just saying, it's not good. You know, I understand. I'm a nurse. I've had very, very awful shifts, very rough shifts in my career. So I'm a good person for her to vent to. Oh, wow. I like how that looks. And I like how that whole idea works. I could even made it a little smaller, I think. Ooh, that's kind of a cool trick. Okay, so there's one. Let's call that one done. And let's move on to the next one. Let's see. I got out mink and linen. Okay. I guess I didn't get out my brushes though. Let me grab those. And I think I'm gonna grab my rag for my brushes, since I'm gonna go between. So my thought with this was to use the light. Mink and linen, they look like they're in the same color family, but they're really not. Linen's more gray, mink is more brown, but I wanted something soft, and linen is the softest thing we've got. Let me put a scratch paper under here and see what I can do. I think I'd like to, let me see. I'm going to use mink to start with. Okay. I think I'd like to try to make a postcard because they give you this postcard ink pad. I love how it looks, and so you can put the postage like at the top. I like that. And then, you know, they give you all these little florals and corner pieces and stuff. And normally, you know, a postcard has like a center, and then you have a picture or an address on one side and you're writing on the other. But I'm going to put it over to the edge instead, just because, I don't know, I just want to use that. I want to use this again. So let me make sure it's cleaned off. And I'm going to use mink again. And I want to put this in the corner, and I'm just going to stamp that there. So I kind of like how this is looking. You know, it's like a, it is kind of like a little postcard, but to me, I want to age it a little bit. And normally I would use a dark color like shortbread or something, but I thought I want to see what this linen looks like around the edges, just to see if the gray is enough. And especially if I'm using the papers from this paper pack as background, they have more of a blue-gray tone, and this linen has a blue-gray tone. All right, I like how that looks. I'd say that's fairly successful. I think it needs a little more shading. Let me try the mink. Just a little bit. It needs like a warmer color. It just does, to look aged at all. So this is one benefit of having lots of colors of ink. Oh, speaking of ink, okay. So the big discussion around the maker site. Oh, look at that. Isn't that neat? That would look very good on the front of a card. I could totally see that, you know, even on the front of this one, like that. And decorated, or put your message in here, thinking of you or whatever. I'm gonna do something with this. That's part of my play time today, is just messing around a little bit. Anyway, the inks. Let's start another one while we talk. So our ink company that Close to My Heart uses is a company that they have worked with for about almost 30 years. It has been a really, really long time. This is Mist, and I am just putting ink on this corner. Anyway, we all know the ink pads, the re-inkers. Oh my gosh. Are we ever going to get them back in stock? It's driving us crazy, right? Because they've been out of stock for a while. And it's been an issue, right? People want their inks and re-inkers. Well, what happened, and I think, you know, I think it's pretty weird, but I think I'm going to use mocha also. When there was some rumor that went around with the new catalog that Close to My Heart was no longer going to carry re-inkers. Now that is so not true. But it was really rampant. It made its way through social media. And suddenly there was this huge, like everybody suddenly started trying to order re-inkers. Well, and then I have black. The re-inkers were already on low stock because there's not that many re-inkers sold from month to month. So the re-inkers, they just don't sell that many of them. You know, everybody buys one. Not even everybody buys one when they buy a ink pad, and then, you know, they never sell again. You know, it's very rare you need more than one re-inker of each color. So they don't stock tons of them because they just sit there on a shelf for a number of years. Well, they sold out after that. That's really pretty. And then the company that makes them, that they've had this relationship with for a really long time. Ooh, that's so, I love that stripe. I don't know. Anyway, they are having problems in their company trying to get all of the supplies, the plastics and things needed to, you know, make the stamp cases and stuff. And so everything has just been a nightmare. It's like the perfect storm, you know. It's like there's a shortage of supplies, this huge sudden demand that, you know, it all happened really quickly. And then on top of it, you know, sales of close to my heart, sales have been going on where some of them have sold out. So that's why they're taking so long to come back in stock. Do I want to make that straight? Do I want to make it cockeyed? I think I want to make it a little bit curvy. Look at that. I think it needs some gems. Anyway, so that's that. And they don't want to cut ties with the company that they're working with, even though the company they're going through some flux also, with leadership issues and stuff. I like that. It's very simple, very basic. That didn't take long. Okay, what else do I have to make? Oh, I want to do I'm moving all my supplies out of the way. I want to make a monochromatic one. Let's do that. So the inks will come back. What they're doing is, this is Wisteria. They're announcing, whenever they get any shipments of ink in, as it's back in stock, and then it goes back out of stock, because what they told the company was, it's okay, you know, send all you can of every color, and, you know, just send everything that you've got, even if it's only 5 or 6 ink pads, right? I mean, like, just send them. We need them. People want them. And so they are, you know, they'll say they're back in stock, but they really only have 10 or 15 or something. And, you know, those sell really quick because the demand is still really high. And so, okay, I'm going to try this little guy. So that's been kind of going on for a while. And, let me grab a mask. I'm gonna cover up this little stamp. I don't think I want it on there. Yeah, like that. I like that. So sometimes if it looks like things are coming in stock, out of stock, in stock, out of stock, they are. And yeah, it's driving everybody crazy, including the close to my heart team. So just know they're working really hard to fix it. And this company that they work with is really, really working hard to fix the issues. I kind of like the film strip. Boy, there's something so cool about that film strip. I love it. All right, now the other thing that I thought about just stamping that on a darker, let me see what it looks like on the darker side. That's the light side of Wisteria. This is the dark side, the real side. Let me just see how this looks. On here. Okay. So when you really think about like how many re-inkers you really need, you know, I can order an ink pad without the re-inker, but I want the re-inker at some point. That's kind of my feeling on it. And so that's what I've been doing. I have 2 or 3. I'm just going to make this even darker with the ink. Cool. I like that. Okay, and then I want to add some ink to the edges. So I'm trying to think what other news there is. Oh, another news. So with everybody being so upset about, you know, items being out of stock. Now I have to say, just about every single thing in these 2 new catalogs is in stock. And there's one item that's sold out, one of the scrapbooking sets, but it has been reordered. So they're doing good so far with the new catalog. And oh wow, that is really that's really pretty. I'm gonna cut this out. Fussy cut. I have a little extra time today, so you can fast forward if you're watching this, because there's been some question. Oh, so in response to the shortages, they over-ordered the Memory Lane special. So if you like that Memory Lane, the colors of that, they're so pretty. That is going to be around for another month because they just, it was like a knee-jerk thing. They're just trying to make sure they didn't run out, and they over-ordered it. And so that caused them to have too much. So one extreme or the other. So if you love that, you're in good shape. And you may even see it in the future. It sounds like they ordered enough. You may see it in the future on some clearance. I don't know. Wouldn't count on it, but it's possible. Okay, I could foam tape that, but I don't want to get that out right now. So I'm just gonna put that on there. That is really neat. I love it. Okay, now I cut out an extra butterfly and I thought I could make it a little dimensional, and I could use the ink, but then it's like whew, really monochromatic. So I think I'm going to use my marker. I'll use the light around the edge. I'm trying to think of my other news while I'm coloring. Oh, I got news. So, you know, everything is in advance with Close to My Heart. So as a maker, you know, like we prep the next catalog a month or two ahead. And so the catalog launch for November, December is coming up. This is Lavender Blend. I think it needs some shimmer. Maybe I'll put it on first and then do shimmer. Okay. I'm going to use my liquid glue for this one, so I can just put it right in the middle. Put that on there. Hold it for a minute. Wow. That is really a pretty card, right? Really pretty. And then the other thing that you can do, you know, with your markers, I usually use the darkest color, but I like to bling. I'm gonna use 3 gems. I should have got out my little bitty ones because they're so, it's nice to have different sizes of bling. So November, December, coming to my doorstep, supposed to be today. I can't believe I'm saying that. But I am. So if there is a Christmas paper pack, which I suspect there will be at least winter, if not Christmas, then I will secretly share it ahead a little bit, because it helps you know whether you want to order this Christmas pack that's in the current catalog or wait, or, you know, if you're like me, I don't need a dozen different Christmas packs. I tend to order them anyway. Okay. I think I'm getting a delivery, so that's probably that. All right, Moose, I gotcha. Okay. All right. I hear you. He's looking at me like, are you coming? Yeah, there's somebody at my doorbell. There you go. So these are the irresistibles, those irresistible papers that come 12 by 12. And this was the one with the leaves. And I kind of wanted to show you how that one works. Let me move things out of the way. And I love Journey and Royal. So I don't know, I just thought I'd play a little bit here. Yep, it's FedEx. That's my new catalog. Can you believe it? I'm so excited. That's crazy. And here I am, half an hour in. This is supposed to be my short. It's supposed to be my short day. I like to make these short. The thing about today is I didn't want to spend another Friday working on the stamp of the month, because I have other things I want to do, other things I want to show. And so I just thought that I would try to cram all these ideas into one day, and you'll probably see. Now I'm using a rag to kind of wipe off the white where the ink might, especially on the dark colors, like you'll see here, I'm going to use Royal now. And you may notice that it has a tendency to like stain more, you know, like it'll stain that white just a little bit. All right, I got so many ink pads out. This is crazy. I don't usually use this many at once. All right, so here is Royal. Wow. Can I just say wow? Wow. I think I'm going to put my, just so I don't get ink everywhere. I'm going to blend that just a little. And I want it to be really dark down here in the corner. All right. That royal color, you know, I'm not a purple person, you know, that's not my thing. But you can see there's purple on the white, and so I'm going to wipe it off. And as I wipe it off, it'll just make it pop. But it still stains it just a little. It has a pinky tone to it, but it's not bad. Look at that. All right, now I got to decide what I want to do with the front of it. And I think I want to do the this image again, but I want it in black. So let me get some scratch paper or Journey. Maybe I want it in Journey. Ooh, no, let's do black. Okay. Okay, what else is new in the news of Close to My Heart? We got the special, the gnome special, the memory lane going on. That one didn't get quite as dark as I like, but that's okay. I'm going to ink it anyway. I'm going to use the new Journey color just because I haven't really shown it much, and this is the color of the year. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'm just going to go in a circle there. Steve asked me if I wanted to go to the track with him. And I'm like, no. It drives me crazy to watch him drive. It's so scary. No, I don't want to go. Are you nuts? And he, you know, he cracks me up. He's like, oh, come on, it'll be fun. No, don't think so. So, and then I popped on this morning, and after all that night of Jen with her bad suicide counseling night, there was a story this morning that they popped on Channel 3 Facebook that there was a little boy hit by a train in Royal this morning. And I was like, ugh. It sounded like, it was like 7:45, so he must have been on his way to school or something. But, oh my God. So sad. That's pretty devastating. That they didn't have all of the news yet. I have some patients who have been, you know, train engineers and worked for the train. There's a lot of train people in this area, and they have horror stories of people who try to beat the trains, and ooh, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. Wow. Okay, so I feel like I need some purple to balance this in this corner, and so I did get out a whole bunch of butterflies, and I thought, I can ink them or color them with marker or something. But let's see what we can come up with here that'll look good. All right. I'm just gonna tap in the middle. That royal color really does overpower, doesn't it? It's really dark, but okay, I'm gonna use it anyway. All right, I think this is my, is this my last card? Oh, I wanted to do one more monochromatic, and then I think I'll be done with some ideas. I hope these ideas have helped you think of this in a different way. There are some consultants who have, you know, I'm not sure if I want that in purple. I might put that up there and make one of these. I need a limey color. Hold on. I think I'll use limeade. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about. Gotta get a blending brush. Ooh. Okay. Now we're talking. Let me put some shimmer on. I'm almost out, I think, of my clear shimmer. These things last forever. I swear this one is like 2 or 3 years old. But I can feel it doesn't shake around as much as it used to. I feel like this one, you know, there's something about that film strip. I really love how it looks. I'm not sure if I need it on this or not, but look at that. Ooh, boy, that's cool. I love it. But if I cut out a film strip to go across there, or, you know, just, I don't know, maybe just bling. I got to think about this a little bit. I do feel like this one needs foam though. Let's do that. These irresistibles are so cool. Today I have another brand, you know, an off brand of, I like to do cards that have food on them and puns and stuff. And I want to use the sprinkles one with my ice cream set that I have, because they make just perfect backgrounds. I mean, look at this. That was just inked. Okay, yeah. And now I just need a message, right? I need a message. I think I'll cut out that message on scrap paper and maybe do it in the Journey Blue and put that on there. Oh, I love it. And I don't have a lot of bling out here. So I'm going to use the bling that I have. Come on. My fingernails don't want to work today. There. Ta-da. Okay. That might be my favorite. I really like it a lot. A lot. All right, let's do one last one. One last one. I'm just going to use a card front. This is just a card base. And I think I'm going to stamp. I need my scratch paper. I think I'm going to use mist. I like mist, and I haven't done a lot with it. So I'm gonna stamp a solid one there, and then I'm gonna stamp off and stamp another one here. I'm gonna stamp off, I'm gonna stamp another one here, and I'm gonna stamp off and do another one up here. So you can see you get this different color variation. What other stamps do I have out? I have, oh, see, I like this one. I like this one because it's just a line. It's just a line. I'll put it at the bottom. I'm off camera. I'm going to move my ink off camera and move this one on so you can see what I'm doing. Stamp off, line, stamp off, line, stamp off, line. And I'm just, you can see, I'm not putting a lot of thought into this. I'm just stamping all over. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. And then just because I love the film strip, I'm going to do the same thing a little bit with the film strip. Stamp off and put that there. Okay, it's fully inked. Stamp off. Okay, I like that. I'm just going to leave that there. And then I do have my messages. I could put happy birthday, thinking of you, or whatever, you know, whatever. But I do think it needs inked, you know, a little something around the edges. So let's do that. So if you only have one ink pad, make that your color and go for it. You don't have to own a ton of colors like I do. Or, you know, pick one or two, like the Journey and the Royal, or the Royal and the Wisteria, or something like that, you know. Nice. And then it really just needs a message and maybe some bling. It's gorgeous. I'll finish this up off camera because I didn't want to do all my messages on camera. You know, I have this one that I messed with earlier. I could make a second butterfly and make it dimensional, or I could put it on top of the butterfly. I like the dimensional idea, but I'm going to put my message on here, and so I may attach it to my message. Okay, so here's what we made today. Let me get it. So we did this one, which is monochromatic mist. This one, I used it. Here we did the Irresistibles in a couple of colors. Here it's just inked, sponged, and then stamped in black using the Good Life paper. Here's another one with the Good Life paper with that cool ribbon trick. I really like that. I'm going to start doing this on a lot of cards. You guys are going to be like, okay, we get it, Connie. And then, of course, I made this postcard, which I need to doll up a little bit. And I will include it in photos on my page. And feel free, please, to share anything you make with the Stamp of the Month set, because gosh, everybody wants ideas with that. You know, you get it and you have an idea in your head of how it should look. This is not everyone's taste. It's a little frilly, but you can see I got lots of different looks just in, you know, an hour. I made all of these in an hour. And there's even messages on here, so you could crank out a birthday card or a thank you card pretty quick. So thank you for watching. And I think, you know what, next weekend, like Friday, if I'm in town, I'm kind of out of town a couple of Fridays this month, but if I'm in town, my plan is to do the actual Good Life workshop, one of the workshops, which means I'll be on for 2 or 3 hours doing that. And so if you want to do that with me, you know, I'm just going to go from start to finish, cutting to end, and we'll see how long it takes me. So it just depends on if I'm in town or not, and I will let you know ahead. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Oh yeah, I forgot that one that I made. This one I already have scheduled to pop up, so you can get a screenshot of that pretty easily later. All right. Have a good day, everybody.